Hi everybody, it is Lori Bradley and I'm here in St. Louis, Missouri, and it is sunny and warm today, which makes me happy. So happy, actually. I am definitely one who cannot live in Alaska where it's only daylight for a couple of hours in the winter time. So, today's card is day 8 of our 10 days of Sale-A Brating, and ironically, I had no real purpose for making this card. I have no reason. Like, normally when I make a card, I have a specific reason. I need a birthday card, I need a sympathy card, or when I plan things. And today, my card is for no other reason than to make me happy. Okay? So, I hope that it will bring a little whimsy to your life as well. I'm trying to decide who I'm going to send it to because it's a little bit sassy. Maybe sassy. I don't know. Anyway, I'm going to use the Friendly Seagulls stamp set. And I'm going to that's one of the Sale-A Brating items, and it's free with a $60 purchase. And I'm also going to use the Alphabet a la Mode dies that were added. They're also a catalog item, and they are $42. $42 in the catalog, and they are free with a $60 purchase during Sale-A Brating. So I thought I'd bring those in. So those are my 2 Sale-A Brating items today. And then I'm also going to use the Heartfelt Elegance stamp set. Just one of the words in there, and you'll understand what. Let me make sure I'm telling you. Hearts of Elegance. Sorry, I told you a little bit incorrect there. So let's get going. I'm going to show you the other seagull card that I made as well when I did my catalog launch, and I'll just show you that just so you can see what that looked like before we make our card. So let's get going. Stamp-A-Stack, my Sale-A Brating Stamp-A-Stack for Friday. I have my cards picked out. I'm on a roll. Last night I had my card club, and I can show you really quick the cards that we made for that. We made a note card with a little butterfly. I've never cut so many butterflies in my life. We made this pretty little fresh freesia butterfly card. We did some watercoloring with butterflies. And then we made a fun fold butterfly card. So if you missed Stamp Club or you were not in Stamp Club yet, these are the kind of cards that we make. So every month is a different bundle that's featured. You don't have to buy the bundle, but you can use whatever you have at home. And I'm getting ready to announce next month's bundle. So stay tuned for that. I'll show you that in the next day or so. And then I'm going to show you really quick the I Love You More Than French Fries. My blinds are casting a little bit of a glare. Nope, that one didn't help. All right, sorry about the glare. We'll just, there. All right, hang on, that's bugging me. Didn't help either. I think there's just a gap in the sunshine for right now. So my apologies for this line across my paper. Okay, so we have our I Love You More Than French Fries, the seagull with the French fries. I didn't die cut. I stamped, colored, and then cut those out. So here, let's just move this way. Maybe that will help. Don't get dizzy. Nope, that makes it worse. All right, we'll move back in case you are dizzy. All right. I do not know what's going on. Okay. It's really annoying, actually. Let me see. Not sure what I can do to fix that. So we're gonna go. So we can keep scooting a little farther, because why not just keep moving? All right. Normally I don't have this problem. Oh, here we go. Here we go. Now we're set. All right, sorry about that. That was a little crazy. So, all right, so now let's get to our real card. Let me show it to you. I don't know if when you see the seagulls, you think of Finding Nemo, when there is all the seagulls that are by the ocean and they're saying mine, mine, mine. So I have figured out, I think, how to how to get the mine all over the background. So I'm going to show you how I did that. I got the Seagulls stamp set, and I've got the alphabet a la mode. So let's make this fun card. All right, so I've got my pool party card base. Right, never complain about sunshine unless it's right in the middle of your Facebook Live causing a glare, and then that's a problem. Okay, so we have I have a white panel, and I'm going to put that on a black mat. But before we do that, I'm going to start at the top, and I'm going to use my pool party ink, and I'm going to stamp mine. Now the stamp, the actual stamp, you know what, I'll just use this. I just have to have a little bit of a mask. Where's my stamp? Okay, be mine. I'm not normally this unorganized. Like, I feel like I'm like, ah! I'm not. All right, so the stamp actually says be mine. I think you can see that there. And I don't want the B. I don't want it to say B. I just want it to say mine, mine, mine. So I'm going to stamp, I'm going to ink it up in the pool party ink. And I have a sticky note, actually, and I'm going to put that down. I'm going to figure out where I'm going to put my mine. And I'm going to just go right below the edge of my paper. Okay. I just inked this, and it's a little bit, I'm going to switch over to my other pad that I had here. And I'm just going to stamp that randomly across the top. And you can do it. You can stamp off if you want and do some lighter. Like, we're going to just go right below. And I just did the wrong one. Oops. That was not cool. My problem is that when I stand up, my phone is right below. This is the worst video I've ever done. You can give me a rating of 0 out of 10. It's fine. But the card's going to be so cute. We'll just do our B. So the B is right at the edge of my thing. So I'm just getting the mine on my cardstock. Oop, about did it again. Move it over. You can do some darker, you can do some lighter. It's entirely up to you how you want to. But I just want it to say mine, mine, mine. If you haven't seen Nemo, Finding Nemo, you're missing out. You need to watch that line. Or even if you Google Seagulls in Finding Nemo, I'm pretty sure you can find it online. All right, so I've got mine, mine, mine. Let's see. I think that's enough. Yeah. I think that's enough. If we need another one, I will do that. Okay, now my bottom edge is going to be sand, and I'm going to tear that. I have a strip of crumb cake, and I'm just going to start at one end. Sometimes I don't think about tearing, but I think that's perfect for the edge of the sand. So you always start on one side and then go across. Don't start at one end and then come back in from the other side. Just keep going so that you've got your rough edge, and we're gonna glue that down. And I've got it a little bit long because I wanna be able to move it, and let me show you why. I'm gonna stamp my birds. My first sample, I actually stamped them and cut them out, but I think that I'm gonna try to stamp them directly onto my cardstock so you don't have to see me cut all those. But I need for my birds to be below. I need for their legs to be hidden. Actually, maybe it is better if we just go ahead and we die cut those. No, we'll just use our sticky and we'll just put that right below their body. Okay. See, sometimes you just gotta think about things and you can figure it out while you're working. Now my sand, I don't want to glue my sand down yet because I want my bird to show. So I'm going to stamp my bird in that spot. I'm just going to stamp put my, see if this works out for me. All right, there's bird number 1. I think we can get by with that little tiny bit of his leg. And then we've got bird number 2, and he's going to be looking the other direction. So I'm going to do the same thing. And that's why I wanted to see where my crumb cake piece was, so I could scoot it over if needed, so it would still look like they were sitting in the sand without their legs. So if I put it right here, then my guy is going to cover, we're going to cover his legs. Does that make sense? So let's do our next bird. Get him right there. Oh, that's a good idea. I can do it from this way. That makes sense, except this little downspout would be back over here. So I think we got it. Yeah, looks like they're sitting in the sand. And then the last one, I need the guy with the French fries, right? We gotta have him for our thing. Now I want him to stand on the sand. So I'm gonna do it very carefully here because I want him to be. Probably this is not the easiest way to do that, but that's what we're gonna do. Okay, so now we're going to take this black ink pen, put it away. I'm going to color my birds really quick. I'm going to do their beaks. I have my blends. I'm not going to blend their beaks because it's so small. I'm just going to color that in the pumpkin pie blends. And if you've been watching my videos, you know that my pumpkin pie blends were definitely dry. This is a brand new Stampin' Blend, which is very exciting. And this guy gets some yellow French fries. Okay. And then we'll just add a little bit of smoky slate just to add some shadows. A little bit along some lines just to make it look like he's got some shadows in his feathers. Or you could color your whole gray bird if you wanted. You can do so many things, but just for our little gray seagulls, we're gonna do their feathers a little bit. Guy, so we're giving him a little bit of color, make his feathers look fancy. I forgot he's got a great belly. I forgot his little orange feet, so let's make sure his feet are colored. I cut these out earlier. I did die cut him, or not die cut, I fancy cutted him, and 2 times in a row I cut off his leg, like the poor one-legged seagull. So I decided that wasn't for me. Okay, so our guy is just going to stand on the ground. All right, I did cut off, this guy only had one leg a little bit ago too. I'm going to use him as a mask. I'm going to put it right there. I could use masking paper, but since I already had this is what I'm going to do. I want to add a little bit of color to my background. I'm going to add some Pool Party with my blending brush. I'm just going to kind of just add a little bit of color. It doesn't have to come all the way down to the birds. I just want those words to not be quite so stark on the top of the sky. We can come down here because I've covered him up. Just like that. So we've got some color around him. I might add just a smidge right there by his French fry. And then I have this guy as well, and just in case we wanted to add add some color around his back. And then I did this guy too. So we've got some color that we're adding just to give it a little bit extra. So it's not a full sky look, but it is definitely not just white with words on it. Okay, now we can go ahead and we can glue our sand here. Let's see. Uh-oh, my guy is not standing on the sand. Uh-oh. Oh, here we go. Here we go. Do I like that? I can always. He needs a crutch, yes. He needs a little seagull crutch. Poor guy. All right, let's see if I can tear another one that makes me happier. If not, we'll just use that one and he's gonna be maybe taken off. Oh, here we go. Here we go. Now we can see a tiny bit of his feet, and we can see that guy's. All right, that's better. I'm gonna start at one end and put the glue. I'm just gonna put the adhesive, because I'm gonna have to trim it, because I made this a little longer so I could scoot it back and forth if I needed to. All right, so we're gonna put them in the sand. Actually, I want his feet to show a little bit more. So I'm just going to trim that. Okay. Just like that, just so it's straight. Okay. So now we've got our seagulls in the sand. These guys are sitting there. This guy's got the French fries and they're all yelling, mine, mine, mine. Go ahead and attach that. I've got one more step that's that we're going to do, but I'm going to do that last. I'm not even going to use any embellishments on this because I think it's just cute without it. And now you can see why I said I don't really have a purpose for this card. It's just a fun card. Be a great Valentine, I guess. The Valentine's is over, so. If you have a great reason why you would send this card, let me know what it is. Of course, any child who's seen Nemo, or grown up for that matter, who's seen Nemo would probably enjoy this. All right, so I have die cut, and like I said, I used the Alphabet a la mode dies, and there's not a good picture in the catalog, and they're on page 98 of the annual catalog with the letters, and they are $42. So if you spend $60, you get $100 worth of stuff, which I think is amazing. All right, and I wanted my letters, I didn't want them to be in a straight line. I wanted them to be a little bit, you know, this card's whimsical. Let's go whimsical. And I put adhesive sheet. Oh, I lost my E. So I'm just going to lay them on here, kind of place them a little bit. And I'm just going to put those right over the top of the letters, of the stamped words. So I have my adhesive sheet. I already ran those through. They're a good size. They are, oh man, centimeters is not my forte. They're about 1.5 inches. So you can see, yeah, they are 1.5 inches. So they're a good size letter in case you need. Last week my son was doing an English project and he was making a poster for a presentation, and he used these dies actually for his main topic letters, and then he used a couple of my retired dies just for other letters that were smaller, which was kind of fun. So letters are not just for card making, these are great for scrapbooking. The Seagulls will be great for scrapbooking as well, because then you can scrapbook those beach days. So in my world, I call the seagulls Melba, because there was a seagull when I was in college that my friends and I saw at the beach, and we called her Melba. She was trying to get our food. So all of these ladies are Melba to me. All right, so we've got our mine in print with the bee mine that we mask off the bee, and then the letters mine like that. Okay, we're going to put that onto, you know what, let's use dimensionals. We're going to put that onto the back of our card. And if I don't have any black dimensionals on my table right now, but black dimensionals would be perfect for this because then they won't show it all. But since my card base is light, I think it'll be okay. Okay. Do that, and we'll get our front attached, and we will have our card ready. The dies are in the annual catalog, like the big catalog, the one we call the big book, on page 98. And they're just up on the corner, the top right side of the left page. Okay. And there we go. We have 2 Sale-A Brating items. We used a stamp set that bundle. We used the stamp set of the bundle from another set, and we just have a fun little card. This one I stamped directly on the panel, and these I stamped and cut out. And I think just stamping directly on there was it was okay. So thank you for joining me. If you spend $60 in my online store, don't forget that the Sale-A Brating sales end on Friday night at midnight Mountain Time. So be sure to take advantage of that so that you can get whatever freebie happens to be the one that you want. And I will look forward to seeing you tomorrow back here at 3 o'clock. I will also be doing my regular Lunch with Lori Facebook class at 11:30, and I haven't quite decided which bundle I'm going to use for that, but so 11:30 tomorrow will be Lunch with Lori, and 3 o'clock will be our Sale-A Brating. So have a great night, and I will see you all tomorrow. Thanks for joining me.